But no, look, I mean, nobody's asked yet, but let me tell you something. We're not there yet. We've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to do. You know, the fact is, these transactions aren't easy, and they don't just come, and they drive a hard bargain, and we're just getting started. But now that we've signed that bill, and that people know it's all plausible and possible, now the serious negotiations can take place, and I'm very, very happy about that.
Let me move back here because there's a little bit of feedback. Your Honor, thank you for your vision for the transportation network.
He can hold it. He can hold it. Thank you.
Hold it. Do you want to hold it?
Or you can hold it. I mean, I just feel like, I don't mind it. But by the way, you got to know something. I've been doing this for 15 years. If somebody gets up and wants to scream at me or something, and I'm good with that. I get screamed at every day, you know, so I'm good. Don't worry about it. Not that you were, but you don't have to hold his mic, is what I'm saying. And I know you were doing it.
Trust me, I promise I won't heckle. But I am a proud daily commuter on the Red Line, and I love the service. But I'll tell you, the single largest complaint I hear about it is that we have to use buses for the last mile. What is your vision for how to resolve that in this city?
Well, first of all, buses, you know, let me just say this, and some of you who've been working MTA issues, and there's a number of you for a lot of years, know that from the very first day I got on the RTD board, I talked about the buses. And I did because my mother rode a bus her whole life. And I also talked about making sure that we had a first-class bus system that would complement and intersect with the first-class rail system. The fact is, you will never have a system where you can just have light rail and or a subway or busways connecting us. You got to have buses connect us too. But that's why I've said as chair this time around, as chair when I was chair a few years ago, and when I was on the RTD board, got to make sure they're clean, they're safe, they're reliable, and we got to build a system. I mean, to have to go the last mile, I don't know where you're talking about, but to have to go the last mile, we got to make sure as we're building it, it's getting to the places we need to be. And we didn't do a good job of that. I wasn't there, but I mean, I'll say collective, we didn't do a good job of that before. So we got to do a better job, and my hope is, and my expectation is that we will.
This is the last question.
Mr. Mayor, question. Once the funding is processed and available, what can we do in the city of Los Angeles to have our contractors expedite the permitting process so that we can put some shovels in the ground and get people to work?
You know, one of the great things of the two bills that the governor signed today was that working with our partners in business and labor, working with the city of Los Angeles, working with our environmental organizations, we figured out a way to cut some of that red tape, to protect our environment. You know, I'm going to leave here, and the dream with me 6 years ago, the Imagine a city that's the cleanest, greenest big city in America, to go from where we started to the fact that we've already hit Kyoto. The United States of America has not hit Kyoto. We hit the Kyoto standards in October of 2008 as a utility, in October of 2009 as a city. When you think we were the dirtiest air in the nation, and you saw the other day we're no longer number one in the worst index, working with our partners, it's important for us to streamline, protect the environment, but also streamline some of those regulations. And we're going to do more of that. That's important. But there's a way to do it where you do it in collaboration. Remember I said we got to get away from cut, cap, slash, and burn, and go to create and collaborate and compromise. So that's what you have to do. You have to bring in all the parties together, but the focus will and must be on creating jobs right now. That's where it starts. It's got to start there. And, you know, I think there are 75 cities in the United States of America right now who will suffer a lost decade. In other words, they won't get back to the number of jobs that they had before the recession started for 10 years. We're one of them. Well, we're close to one of them. We're not there at the actually 10-year mark. I think it's 2018 for us. But we got to reduce that. We got to figure out every way to accelerate job creation in this town. And that is one way that we can do that. But again, collaborate, embrace, protect our values, you know, protect our air and our we breathe and our health and all the rest of it.
Thank you. And help me thank Antonio Villaraigosa, Mayor of the City of Los Angeles. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks.